Oh, YouTube fans, why not this one? I remember talking about it, and I remember I was going to say it. That being the Abyss, the Director's Cut. That's right, the Abyss, the Director's Cut. Now, after the success of 1989 being the Abyss, it took, I have to say, about 92 and 1993, could be right, could be wrong on the day, that David Cameron decided to do a follow one. So basically, what he did was there was a lot of deleted scenes at the time. I think at the time the movie didn't want it to be as long as what it was, for sort of other reasons, and so on. And to be fair and frank, David Cameron wanted this version. He wanted it to be his own version. I mean, at the time, directors was always doing their own cuts. Think about it. Think about it. Ridley Scott did his own in '91, that being Blade Runner, the director's cut. Then you had Alien, the director's cut, and so on. So David Cameron decided why not he just add the versions what was deleted as well as the original ending and certain deleted scenes what was deleted originally, spice them in, director's cut, got it a day. Now, now a lot of people did not like the director's cut of The Abyss. Some people prefer the theatrical, or vice versa. Some people prefer the directors. I like them both for two different reasons. I like them both for two different reasons. And the reason why I say I like them both, I like the theatrical because it's dark. See a little bit of light, but it's dark. You don't see a lot of danger nearly at the end. I like the characters. I like the fact it's like, say, it's E.T. but underwater. I like it for a lot of reasons. But then when I saw the director's cut, I felt they built on the characters more. They did. So you get similar, the same type of opening, only instead of the theatrical one with the music, you get words like a dialogue of why the aliens have come to Earth, war, and all this stuff. Then you get the music. And I think in the director's cut, there's a bit of dialogue what wasn't used in the theatrical. There wasn't. I do love the bit where in the director's cut, there's a bit where there's one girl in it, right, one woman, and she's having a sing song in this big submarine, and they're all having a sing song with her. I do like that little touch because it builds on the characters more. I also like the bit where the eye captain's having a go at Sean Beam. There's a bit in the think of the theatrical, he was a bit bossy, but it's tapped to another scene. I like the fact that the boss has a go at him and say, lay off me dies, lay off me people. They work all day, they work all night. The dud workers shouldn't be that bossy with them. So we just become a bit of a dick. And so on. See, my dog's getting excited there. So yeah, I do like that little touch to it. I do like that touch. And so there's a lot of reasons why I like the director's cut. A lot of reasons. I mean, I like the fact they build the characters a lot more. Little bits here and there, I don't really give a flying shit about, and other bits I do. I mean, there's a bit where they're having a bit more of an argument, him and his woman, and a bit more where that goes ahead, and so on. The only bit I weren't keen on, and you heard me say it when it talked about the theatrical, was the bit where at the end, right, they think that he's a goner, right? And the aliens save him. But there's a bit where they show him all these words and they was going to make war and they saw all that stuff. Remember hearing about it, they saw Fear and they saw World War Two, they saw all that. It's like, come on, we don't need this predictable shit. But I do like the bit where it shows them, right? It shows this big flood of water what the aliens were going to do. They were going to wipe all humanity out because they thought all humanity, that being us, were all evil. We were all warmongers. We're all slime of humanity. But what made them change their mind was they see when he was typing to his woman his last thoughts, and then they realised there's hope. There's hope for humanity. There's hope for us about knocking everyone out. Right? There was hope for us. And I kind of like that little touch. It made more sense in the director's cut why they come to Earth. I just didn't get, well, why did they come to Earth to kill us? Just leave us the fuck alone. We're this, we're that, leave us the fuck alone. Take your own fucking planet. It still never made sense of why they're underwater, why these UFO is underwater. I just wish there was a version what would made more sense of why they come to Earth and why they're in water. But it is what it is. But I just like the fact that the director's cut, it built on the characters more. You got to see a bit more of the characters. There's a bit of dialogue I didn't give a shit about. There's other bits I thought, yeah, that was a little bit better. So I do like the bit where it's going to fuck everybody, it's going to fuck humanity, and it's going to destroy people. There's a bit where it's a tidal wave coming up. I don't like that little tuts. I do admit the better the comedy a little bit. There's bits I think in the theatrical it was faded a little bit, so they sort of tuts on that and remastered around the bits what the comedy was not that good on. So yeah, I kind of like the director's cut, but I believe, yeah, could be right and wrong. I think it came out in 1993. Say 92, 93, when David Tammy decided to do the director's cut. I kind of like this one. It's one of them. One of these days, do I fancy the theatrical, or do I fancy the director's cut? The only thing what I'm fucking pissed off about, and I will fucking swear, the only thing I'm pissed about is when they bought it on DVD, I've never seen the most laziest transfer of DVD. Never seen it. What I mean by that is when they put it on DVD, they did a lazy transfer of a laser disc. A lazy transfer, I'm just thinking words right, a lazy transfer of a laser disc, which kind of reminds me of what they did with Star Wars. When a lot of Star Wars fans wanted the despecialized edition, how Star Wars was when it first came out on theatrical, how it was for whoever had the fucking special edition, with Daffy Duck looking like a fucking big slug thing, which basically that scene has just been cut and deleted out, all that shit. People wanted it how it originally was. And George Lucas decided to do the most laziest transfer ever. I know it was a cut from a laser disc. It wasn't even fucking remastered. Fuck, I've seen the original videos look better than that. That is why over the time people got the specialised ones, because someone who did the fuck decided to give the fans of Star Wars what they wanted. They wanted to see Star Wars how it what originally was, not this CGI fucking special effects shit covering over everything. They decided to give people what they wanted. But that's what that reminds me of. When they bought this DVD out, it was the most laziest transfer ever, both of a laser disc. And I love David Tamlin to bring out the theatrical and the director's cut in the format. I'm just speaking my mind. The format, what I think it should be. There's a double disc edition. And I remember seeing an original making back in the day. And it's interesting to see what the actors went through. You've heard me say that with the theatrical. It was interesting to see what the actors went through. So that's why I like the director's cut. Because I think myself, it's just me speaking my mind. I think they build on the characters more. You get a lot more dialogue. There's a bit where it's on beams, a bit more apathetic. Then you thinking the one he's an arsehole. There's a bit where the sergeant, who's a fucking knob, gets his preserves. It's also a bit more humanity, let's say. Big word for me. But it's also a bit more humanity. And that's why I like the director's cut. But I like them both for two different reasons. You heard me say, I like them both for two different reasons. So that's the abyss, the director's cut. Put into them. Be smart. Be safe. See you later.